Alrighty, time for the bins. In retrospect, this is absolutely how this should have gone. You watch both of the videos side by side, and you get the whole thing. I might even make a playlist so you can just like press play and watch the whole damn collection video. Yeah, this is absolutely how I should have done it. I should have framed it from the beginning. So I apologize, it was a little bit messier than I wanted it to be, but I still think that first part came out really good, and hopefully this second part will come out really good as well. So we're gonna go through the bins. We're gonna start with this big boy right here that I showed you in the beginning. He will be first. And then, didn't even show you this one, we have this other guy right here. So, this is the entire collection between the shelf and this. However, real quick, before we get into this, just so I don't forget, I will also show real quick, underneath my TV, I also have my Energon Ironhide. You guys know how much I adore this thing. This is one of my favorite, you know what, this is actually probably my favorite Transformer of all time, because this is that toy that I literally took with me everywhere when I was a kid. I just love this thing so much. Yeah, this thing has so much sentimental value, it's not even funny. Like, this thing I will keep forever. No way I'm ever getting rid of this thing ever again. When I got this thing again, it was like an event, and this thing is just my childhood. This literally represents my childhood, man, and I love it. I had a good childhood in retrospect, you know. When you go through childhood, you're like, man, being a kid sucks, and then you grow up and you realize being a kid was really awesome, and this reminds me of all that, and that I really did have a pretty good childhood, where a lot of people don't have a good childhood. So, yes, I have Energon Ironhide, and it is probably my favorite Transformer of all time. Alright, with that being said, oh no, I knocked over Malim! I knocked over my Nendoroid Malim. I'm so sorry, Malim. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's get over this. Oh my goodness gracious, what am I doing wasting time? This is gonna take fucking forever. Let's go! Earthrise Trailbreaker? What the hell was that? Y'all heard that noise, right? I think it was just my cat under the bed. Okay. Earthrise Trailbreaker. Mine's actually a little bit modified. I did do the thing where you cut off the leg pieces right there and glue them to the legs, or the arm pieces, you cut off the sleeve thing and you glue them to the things right there so that they look a little bit more accurate. This is a fun enough figure, but he's, there's just a lot of these G1 Deluxes that I got from the War for Cybertron trilogy that just aren't that fun to play with, in my opinion. Like, they're solid enough figures, and I don't want to get rid of them, obviously, but they're just nothing special like a lot of the Legacy stuff. This is probably why Legacy is probably going to go down as my favorite Transformers line, because there's just so much cool, unique stuff like Armada Hotshot that's just so much more fun to play with. But that figures like this, and there's basically all of them. Like, I don't think I have a single G1 Deluxe over there. Exhaust, I guess, could be one, and RC, but yeah, there you go. Earthrise Trailbreaker. Kingdom Golden Disc Pterosaur. Fuck this thing. Fuck this thing so hard. Oh my god. This is one of the very few Transformers that I genuinely hate. This thing is just awful. I can't even sell it and get a huge boon for it because it's broken. Fuck this thing so bad. If this is a grail of yours, stop it. Trust me, you'll get it and you'll be disappointed. This thing is rubbish. Earthrise Elita 1, not very good. I still haven't gotten the new Elita 1 because, again, I just have a hard time justifying getting deluxes, but Earthrise Elita 1, not great. Titans Return Hardhead. Fun figure. I always liked these Titans Return Headmaster guys. These are actually some pretty solid deluxes. They just really have a lot of fun. You can just have a lot of fun with them. Although this guy, these pieces just don't even want to tab in anymore. These are literally just like, literally just don't tab in anymore. But a fun figure overall. I do like this guy. Brainstorm. Titans Return Brainstorm. I think this is the reissue one. Very cool figure. Always really dug this guy. Really fun to transform and flip back and forth. Brawn, the Bumblebee movie Brawn. Very fun figure. Always liked this guy. Fun transformation. Like the all mode quite a bit. He's a fun one. Airazor. Fine. It's okay. I don't really have any strong feelings towards this thing. A lot of people really liked this thing, but me personally, I think it's fine. It's a pretty decent Beastformer Deluxe class, but nothing incredible in my opinion. Core Class Skywarp. It's the Starscream mold. The Starscream mold is good. He doesn't come with his null rays though, so he's worse in my opinion. But yeah, the Starscream mold's good. Earthrise RC, literally only kept this because it's RC and I collect RCs, so that's why I kept it. But it's a good RC action figure, just not a very good RC figure. There's no reason to get this one over the Studio Series 86 one. 86 Jazz, honestly a great deluxe. Always really liked this mold. This is a fabulous mold. I might even actually go stick this guy on the shelf, actually. I have so much fun flipping this guy back and forth. He's a really, really fun figure. Yeah, always dug this guy, man. Always really, really, really dug this guy. He might even go back up on the shelf. What's this guy's name? Wingfinger, Fossilizer Wingfinger. This was always one of my favorite of the like break apart guys. We've kind of gone away from those. Now we're doing the Junkions that can still stay together when you transform them. I haven't gotten any of those yet. I do think they look pretty cool and I might get them. But I haven't gotten any of them yet. But this guy was always one of my favorites. I always really, really liked this guy. I thought he was really fun to pose in his robot mode, and he had great accessories, and the transformation was really easy because you literally, all you had to do was just separate this piece in the middle and then like flip it around to transform him. I always liked this guy, man. Always really did like this guy. Another one, actually, Airwave. Very similar case. I always really liked this guy. Fun figure. Another one of the break apart guys, but yeah, really, really cool little figure. He had a lot of fun playability to him with all the ways you could do him, and some fun alt modes as well. Core Class Megatron, fine. This is honestly probably one of my least favorite of the Core Class figures. He's honestly pretty meh in my opinion. I don't really understand why he got a lot of love from the community. I think he's just kind of mediocre. The Build-A-Figure of Mac Adam from the Cyberverse line. Yes, I did get, so I basically got most of the Cyberverse Deluxes and was like, fuck it. At this point, I might as well get the rest of them so I can build Mac Adam. So yeah, I have the full Mac Adam. He's okay, you know, he's just an action figure and his posability's pretty weak, but he's okay. It's cool to have him. Speaking of Cyberverse Hot Rod. This was actually probably one of the weakest Cyberverse Deluxes. The Cyberverse Deluxes were actually surprisingly great, but he, probably one of the weakest ones. Some of them are really good, though. Sunstreaker, another case like Trailbreaker, a fine figure and all, just nothing extraordinary and nothing that I ever found myself really playing with. And honestly, I actually think this is a pretty flawed Sunstreaker. He always looked a little too bulky in robot mode for me, and the lack of the spoiler in the vehicle mode as well. I never cared about the mismatching color schemes. I think it's far more of a problem on the new Armada Hot Shot than it ever was on this, and I think people really blew it out of proportions on this guy. 86 Hot Rod, absolutely fabulous figure, man. They crushed it with this guy. Yeah, I don't know why I don't want to put him on the shelf, but I don't want to put him on the shelf. He is great, though. His transformation's awesome. Robot mode's awesome. Yeah, just a great, all-around phenomenal figure. Don't really know why I don't want to put him on the shelf, but I don't want to. I don't know. Maybe because I already got Rodimus over there. What is this guy? Chromia, Siege Chromia. I always liked this figure more than everybody else did. I don't think it's great by any means, but it's a fun figure. I like her accessories, which unfortunately all of them have fallen off, so they're all in the bottom of this bin. But it's a fun figure. The transformation was there's aspects of the transformation that's really fun, like especially like this little part where you flip her head up like that. That was always a fun part. And I do really like how some of this stuff like comes together and like fixes it and like finishes the whole thing. The almost kind of nothing, and the raw mode has a ton of kibble, but I don't know, this is a fun enough figure in my opinion. If you find it at like a thrift store for like $3, grab it. Studio Series Soundwave, never understood the fascination with this one, man. This guy sucks. His transformation is just so fiddly and so unfun. There's no clearance for anything to get out of the way. The robot mode's good, don't get me wrong, the robot mode's good. Alt mode's fine, a lot of panel lines though, really, really panel-y, and at least it looks pretty good. It looks like a good Mercedes, but yeah, and probably the best of the Studio Series Soundwaves. I didn't get the satellite one because I didn't really feel like it, but honestly, not a great Bayverse Deluxe in my opinion. Wheeljack. This is the Bumblebee movie Wheeljack. He's okay. I always thought this guy was pretty solid. I actually put some super glue on his legs so that they would be nice and tight again, which is nice, although now I have Kiki, so maybe I should actually do that. But these are still holding up perfectly fine, which I don't think I could say the same about like anything else I've ever put super glue on, so I can't believe these are still holding up. But a fine enough figure, worth a pickup, I think. He's fun. His transformation's pretty fun. His alt mode's pretty cool. Yeah, you know, I don't have much to say about him, but he's a cool figure. Cybertron Hot Shot, one of my old childhood toys. Although I think I actually grabbed this one. I think I actually grabbed this at a swap meet a while back. Very cool though. This guy's a really, really fun figure. He's just super easy to transform. Like I can do it right now where you just like pop that open, fold up his arms, bring those out, rotate that around, and yeah, there he is right there. Definitely be pretty cool if we get a new Legacy one, but always really liked this guy. And I have Override to go with him. Kingdom Scorponok. I never got the hate with this guy. I actually think this guy's pretty solid. Transformation's nothing special, but the robot mode's good enough. I always liked the accessories they included, like the Cyber Bee was really, really cool. Posability's fun. Yeah, I never really understood the hate with this guy. I always thought he was pretty solid. Kingdom Mirage, this was one that as soon as I got him, I kind of, like, I reviewed him, and I reviewed him really positively, but then I, like, never touched him ever again. Like, I don't know about this guy. He's just not that fun to transform, although it's pretty cool, though. Road mode was solid. It was definitely better than the Siege one, which I think I actually sold. So, yeah, very cool, though. Origin Bumblebee. By the way, I'm just throwing them on my bed. Don't worry. They're not like getting like mistreated. They're just getting thrown on a nice comfy bed with a big Rimuru pillow on it. There is Origin Bumblebee. Fabulous figure. Really, really love this guy, man. This is actually probably my favorite Bumblebee figure I own. This thing is great. Really, really great. Actually, there is one more that would be competing with it, but really, really great figure. I always love this thing. This is the bottom half of Flywheels. We'll see the top half later, but yeah, I guess I'll just wait to talk about Flywheels for that. One of my only third-party figures. Oh no, you dropped your gun. There it is. One of my only third-party figures, and that is MMC K-On! From the DJD. Would be really cool if Hasbro decided to give us the rest of the DJD to go with the Tarn, but I don't think they will, and it's pretty cool to have K-On! Because he was always one of my favorites, but it would be really, really cool to get the rest of them, like, what's his name? I want to say Moors, but I think that was his third-party name. Helix. Helix was his name. That'd be such a cool bot to get, so yeah, MMC K-On! A fun enough figure. If you want to know more, I have a review on him. Ape Face, Siege Ape Face. I always liked this guy quite a bit, actually. Never really understood this guy's hate. I think he's actually pretty damn fun. Over time, a lot of his joints have become really, really loose. Like I remember when I transformed this guy to put him in the box, it was not a fun experience because he was very, very wibbly, but still always liked this guy quite a bit. A fun bot, really. I do recommend it if you can get him for like a good deal. The plastic never bothered me too much, personally. Cybertron Landmine, another one from my childhood. Although this is a weird one because I wanted this back so bad when I got back into Transformers, and I believe my mom got him for me for my birthday, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can actually go watch a birthday haul of mine from a while back, and I talk about this. But unfortunately, this guy actually is one of the times where I got a figure back from my childhood and realized that I was just kind of wrong for liking it because this thing kind of sucks. His legs don't lock in. Nothing really locks in at all. His robot mode's pretty shitty. Like, I can transform him real quick for you just to show. I don't know, man. This is just one that when I got him back, I was just like, oh, why did I love this thing again? Because, I mean, it's not horrible, and you have, like, these little cool little, like, shovel things that you can do, and then that piece just folds to the back, and then fold that open, and there he is. And he's just very wibbly, like his legs are really, really loose and jangly, and he doesn't pose great. You can do some fun stuff with like the shovels though. I just remember loving this thing so much as a kid, and unfortunately he just hasn't really held up now, but I'm not gonna get rid of him because why would I? But still, he's fun enough, honestly. He's fun enough. Ractonite. Never was a big fan of this one. This one was always pretty damn mediocre. I never did much of the weaponizing thing. I was just trying to combine them together and have fun with it, but I could never really come up with anything too great for him, but he's fun enough. First of the Combiner Wars Devastator. I do have the whole Combiner Wars Devastator, which is a pretty cool set. Unfortunately, I just don't have the space to display it. As I said, I barely have the space to display the big guys I already have, but this whole set is great. I actually love all these guys. They're all very simple, but that's kind of the charm of them. Soundwave, Earthrise Soundwave. My goodness gracious, how the freaking years have hurt this thing. Look how much yellow this thing has, man. Ugh, gross. Actually disgusting. I actually feel like gross holding this thing. Ugh. Not a very good figure, honestly. That was one that we all was like, yeah! And then as time gone by, we've gone like, this thing kind of sucks. Hasbro, give it another try. Earthrise Alicon, fun figure, man. Always really dug this guy. Really, really, really fun. Not quite good enough to make it onto this shelf, but still a fun-ass figure. Always dug this guy, man. I love this little extra little knife he has in his back, too. Oh, man, this guy was fun. Good times with that figure. Earthrise Starscream. I think I have like 3 of the Earthrise Seekers left over. My favorite one is Thrust, and I know I have him, but we'll get to him. But Starscream, yeah, I mean, I kept Starscream. This was actually one I was planning on selling. I was planning on selling all of them except for Earthrise Thrust. I was going to keep that one exclusively, but yeah, come on. I can't be a Transformers collector and not have at least one Starscream, besides the Bayverse one, even though the Bayverse one is absolutely my favorite Starscream, besides Prime. This definitely had to have like a G1 Starscream. And admittedly, the jet mode's pretty sweet on this. I never really cared for this mold that much, but the jet mode was always pretty sweet. Oh yeah, let's go for another blast from the past. Onslaught, Universe Onslaught. This is the same one I had as a kid. I got this for Christmas as a kid one year, and I remember just absolutely adoring this thing. And he has lasted the whole time. I have held on to him through all these years. This doesn't even tab in anymore. Yeah. Come on, you were tabbing in. There we go. There we go. Now it's tabbed in. Yeah. What a fun bot, man. If you ever see this thing at like a thrift store, absolutely grab this thing. This is a pretty sweet figure. He takes a little while to transform, so I can't show you everything about him, but he's a pretty sweet figure. Although I think if I remember correctly, he had like an electronic feature that would happen every time you rolled this thing, so my parents hated this fucking thing because it would just constantly make noises when you weren't wanting it to make noises. The next to the Combiner Wars Devastator, the Mixmaster. I actually love this one. This one's my favorite. Like, I can transform this thing so fast, it's ridiculous. I remember, like, making myself time myself transforming this thing. It's so much fun. It's really got that Happy Meal quality to him. I love this one. This one and Scavenger were probably the best of the set. This one was really, really fun. It's just this step right here, man. That step is so addicting. I just absolutely love this thing. Made the whole set worth it. Dragstrip, the Legacy Dragstrip, phenomenal figure. Absolutely love this guy. Not quite good enough to get on the shelf for me, but a great figure. Love this guy's alt mode. Transformation's fun and addicting. Robot mode's great. Great figure. Springer, Siege Springer. This was one I definitely was planning on selling, but again, I don't really want to sell any of them, but this figure sucks. Straight up, this thing sucks. The transformation sucks, doesn't even work most of the time. Alt modes are good, but again, they don't even work half the time. Most of the time, they just want to spring apart. Robot mode's wibbly and floppy and loose. Parts like to pop off all the time. He's got way too many accessories and nowhere to put any of them. Just kind of a mediocre figure. Don't really recommend it. Here's the other piece of Flywheel. So we have the tank and the jet right here. I love this guy, man. If you can ever get Flywheels for a really good price, like on a second hand, if you ever see him like loose or something, I recommend him. This is a fun figure, man. Go check out my review if you want to. I remember this review being pretty solid, in my opinion. Studio Series Gnaw. This thing has been, the time has been cruel to this thing. I remember this thing being really great when it came out, and now he is just floppy and loose. Nothing wants to stay in. Actually, it's really just this torso piece, but it's a big deal. Like, that is awful. I don't even think I can get it. Oh, look, I can get it to stay open, but I bet if I just... Wow, way to make me look like an asshole. Yeah, I think you get the point, though. It's a pretty solid figure, though. Oh, the Happy Meal changeable thing. These things were fun. I got, these things came back for a little while, and I was able to get the 2 changeable ones. I have the other one. We'll show him later. But this thing's really fun. It just turns into a Happy Meal box. Dirt Boss, Cybertron Dirt Boss, another one that survived my entire childhood, although he's in really bad condition. This wheel is like, I think the spring is like worn off on this wheel, and now he just wants to fucking freak apart. Yeah, this one doesn't even work anymore. Oh man, it's crazy you've even survived this long, but this is I think also one of the feet, yeah, the feet also as well. Although I could probably tighten that up, actually, just tighten that screw up and it'd probably be fine. A fun enough figure though, it's a Cybertron figure, the transformation's really easy, and you know, it's a Cybertron figure, but it's a fun figure. Siege Megatron. Good lord, Hasbro. Please tell me we've got another G1 Megatron coming down the pipe that's going to be actually good. It's pretty funny that we have like almost every incarnation of Megatron now, and this is the worst one, the G1. This figure is just bad, honestly. Like, as the years have gone by, I have just discovered that this freaking Siege Megatron is just a mediocre figure. The transformation sucks. The robot mode is fine. I did modify mine with these little pieces right here that would make his feet, from folding up so you could actually, yeah, this would keep his feet from folding up, which was definitely helpful, and it's very cool that I was able to pull that off, but it doesn't make this figure any better or any more fun, and H-Tanks can suck my ass. H-Tanks are so boring. Studio Series Topspin kick-ass figure. Love this one. Fun to transform, fun alt mode, fun robot mode. Really, really nice. These records did not get enough love, man. They were great, especially Leadfoot. The one and only masterpiece figure I've ever had, Barricade. My goodness gracious, my one and only masterpiece figure is Barricade. He's good. He's really good. The quality here is really good. This thing is infinitely better than the Studio Series one, which we'll talk about him, but a lot of you know how I feel about the Studio Series Barricade. Fun figure, though. His transformation's a little bit fiddly, but nowhere near as fiddly as the Studio Series. He's got some great accessories. This is being held on with a rubber band right now just to keep it with him because I didn't want to, like, just have it in his hand forever because I think I had the stand on it, but if the stand fell off. But yeah, cool, really cool figure, man. If you really do want a first movie Barricade, just because of how awesome Barricade was in that movie, you know, oh, you username is about 217. I can definitely recommend the Masterpiece one. And yeah, this is the one and only Masterpiece figure I've ever gotten, man. I don't know if I'll ever get another one because just the mainline one, they're just micro masterpieces like every single time. I just don't know what the point of getting a masterpiece is anymore, man. But I do have this one. Good quality though, high quality plastic. Okay, y'all ready for an absolute banger that nobody talks about? Cyberverse Deluxe Optimus. This thing rules. Can I put this on my Optimus shelf, actually? I might go put this on my Optimus shelf. This thing rules. This is an awesome fucking figure, dude. If you ever see this thing at a thrift store or something, grab it. Seriously, this is such a fun figure. The transformation's super fun. The robot mode, super fun. It's very loose, very floppy, but you could probably fix it if you wanted to, but I haven't yet. And the alt mode is awesome. Look at this alt mode. You even have a beautiful little storage spot for the gun. I love this thing. This was such a great figure of the Cyberverse line, man. Runabout, yes, the Target exclusive Runabout. I could probably sell this thing for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but I haven't yet. Maybe I'll just wait longer and longer and longer, like 20 years down the line. I could sell it for like a small fortune. I don't even like this figure, honestly. I like the Run Amok a lot more than this. The white color scheme is just so cool. Because I'm one of the few guys, Red and Black is just overused to me. I don't really like Red and Black very much, even though I love Ryuko, but Red and Black just doesn't do it for me. It's just boring. Every fucking character ever uses red and black, and it's just like, get a fucking new color scheme. Do something unique, you fucking fruit tart. Ectotron, the crossovers Ectotron. I loved this thing, man. This thing is so cool. Fun transformation, awesome robot mode, great figure. I don't know anything about Ghostbusters, never even seen any of the movies, but this is a fun fucking figure, and if you find it for a good price, I absolutely recommend it. This is a really cool figure, man. It's just fun. It's just fun to transform. Warpath, Kingdom Warpath. This is one I actually might go stick on the shelf, actually. Him and Jazz might be going on the shelf after this because this is a kick-ass deluxe, and I've been really wanting to mess with this thing again lately. This is a great deluxe, honestly. This is probably one of the best deluxes of the War for Cybertron trilogy. Just a really solid figure, really fun transformation, kick-ass robot mode, quite an awesome alt mode. This is a kick-ass figure. Studio Series RC, absolutely love this thing. Her other gun fell off, that's unfortunate. Love this thing though, phenomenal figure. The only reason this isn't on the shelf is because I already got two other RCs on the shelf, but this thing is absolutely shelf worthy because this is a kick-ass figure, man. Don't really know where all the love for this thing went. Everybody loved it when it first came out, now nobody talks about it, but I don't know, this thing's fantastic. Phenomenal fucking figure. If you want to know more, go check out my review. My review of this figure's a banger. Cybertron Crumple Zone, another one that survived my childhood, man. Oh, what a blast of a figure, man. This thing is so great. Even has these fucking giant things. One of his missiles has gone missing, but this thing is glorious, man. You can't even begin to comprehend how awesome Cybertron Crumple Zone is, man. You see this thing at a thrift store, grab it. It's so much fun. Speaking of awesome Cybertron toys, actually, you know what? Maybe we should save that a little bit later. Let's go into some more. Let's just like kind of break apart the awesomeness with some boring old Kingdom. No, I'm just kidding. I actually love Kingdom Tracks. Kingdom Tracks is a sick-ass figure. Didn't deserve all the hate he got. The only problem with him is just that his legs don't like to stay together in robot mode. That's the only problem with him. Everything else people complained about with this thing, the shitty transformation and all that bullshit. You just have to learn the transformation. It's actually a good transformation. And this thing is great, honestly. It's a really awesome figure. I've transformed it over and over again. The plastic, the clear plastic has survived all of it. The accessories are great. The robot mode looks awesome. Great figure. Did not deserve all the hate it got. Grapple, the Earthrise Grapple. Mine actually does have an upgrade kit, just like my Inferno. Kick-ass figure. Always really liked this thing. Oh, I always forget too that you can do that little slidey thing, right? Where you like slide it. Which way is it? This way? Is it this way? Which way is it? Fuck. You like. Oh yeah, there we go. You slide it over this way. Yep, there you go. You slide it over that way so it like covers over there. Always forget about that. Such a fun figure, man. Really fun though. Robot mode's awesome. I already talked about this mold with the Inferno. The Inferno is probably the best version, but I was always a big defender of this grapple figure. Very cool figure. Ooh, Last Night Hot Rod. Never actually reviewed this guy. The Studio Series Last Night Hot Rod. He's good. His robot mode's great. His transformation is super fiddly the first couple times you do it. Like, learning it is really hard, especially having to learn how these arms have to go in a very specific way to transform him right. But once you figure it all out, pretty fucking solid. Pretty solid figure. His gun fell off. His gun's in there somewhere, but really awesome. I really like this guy. Very, very high tier Bayverse Deluxe. And if you don't have him, I would recommend him. Old Minicon guy survived all the ages. I wonder if this guy could fit on my on the Hot Shot, on the Armada Hot Shot. But yeah, this was a very old Minicon that survived my childhood. That's fun to see, man. All these figures that survived my childhood is bringing me back, man. But this guy's fun. He has a crazy transformation. Let me see if I can remember how to do this. You like flip this piece out, and then you have to like rotate that piece forward and that piece that way. Crazy fucking transformation. That's a dope ass transformation. Can we get something more like this, Hasbro? Can we try and engineer that again? Because that's just crazy. Like, it's two halves like split together and combine. Awesome transformation. Oh, this thing. I forgot I had this thing, man. Absolute banger. Cyberverse Deluxe Starscream. This thing rules, man. If you've ever handled this thing, you know how awesome this fucking figure is, dude. From top to bottom, this is literally like an S tier fucking transformer. This thing is so much fun. The transformation's awesome. The robot mode's awesome. Kick-ass figure. Cybertron Jetfire, just phenomenal, man. Absolutely love this thing. Probably my favorite Cybertron figure, actually. This thing is just awesome. So much fun. Hook from the Combiner Wars, fine. The rest of these are pretty just fine. Bone Crusher, really good, but he has a problem staying together in his with the waist in his robot mode. The little part of Siege Shockwave. Siege Tetrajet mold, the only one I got. Absolutely phenomenal mold. Love this one. Actually like this one more than the Earthrise one personally. Deluxe class Shockwave from Cyberverse. Fun. This was a really great take on Shockwave from this cartoon. So love this toy. Very well done. Impactor, great mold. This one this one deserves more love, man. This is a really, really nice figure. Really like this thing. Cyberverse Prowl. This is better than the Earthrise Dotson mold in every single way. This is such a kick-ass figure, man. I always loved this thing when I got it. Studio Series 86 Blur. I think this thing is better than more than people give it credit for. I think this thing is personally solid. I like the transformation. I love the accessories. Robot mode's good. The face is a little bit weird, but not enough to break the figure for me. I think he's good. Core Class Shockwave. Kick-ass. Awesome Core Class figure. Power of the Primes, freaking punch counterpunch, really fun. Mine's broken in the back here, but it's just because this won't hold together. It's perfectly fine otherwise, and it's a really, really fun figure with two robot modes that you can like flip back and forth between an Autobot and a Decepticon. Really fun figure. Studio Series Sideswipe, fuck this thing. You want to know more? Go watch my review. Studio Series Dropkick, fuck this thing. You want to know more? Go watch my review. Core Class Rat Trap, definitely one of the better core classes, man. This thing is great. The other Optimus Prime I have from the Arrival pack. Again, fuck this thing, but at least I have the truck mode if I need the truck mode. Tiny Turbo Changer of Slipstream. Slipstream was one of my favorite characters in Cyberverse. I thought she had such a great... Like, Slipstream in Cyberverse was awesome. That's a fine figure. It's a turbo changer. Blitzwing, Legacy Blitzwing. I love this thing, but it's very flawed. If you want to know more, go watch my review. I think my review of this figure is pretty awesome and did not get the love it deserved. I put a ton of work into this. This review, I'm not going to lie to you, this review was actually one of the main reasons why I took a huge break from Transformers, because I thought this review was fan-fucking-tastic when I made it, and then, like, nobody watched it. Really broke my heart for a while there. Waspinator, Kingdom Waspinator. I liked this thing a lot when I first got it, but now it's kind of just not that fun. At least it's Waspinator, though. It's a kick-ass character, so I'll always keep it because it's Waspinator, but Oh, yes, let's time to rip a figure, a new one. Studio Series Barricade. Oh, fuck this thing. Worst transformation ever. Cyberverse Deluxe Class Snarl. Super fun. Very, very fun figure. Fangry from the Worlds Collide. I think this is the only one I kept from the Worlds Collide pack, just because he was a unique figure. I think I sold off all the repaints, but he's fun, I guess. Plastic quality kind of sucks on him. Spinister. This thing kicks ass, man. Love Siege Spinister. This thing is just awesome. Okay, you cannot make this shit up. The first one to fall off my bed, I kid you not, Waspinator. Why you rivers hate Waspinator? Studio Series Bumblebee. Good lord, can they just make a good Studio Series Bumblebee? This thing sucks. The other one sucks. The other one before that sucks too. Apparently the Rise of the Beast one's good though. I need to get that one apparently. Studio Series, where'd your gun go? There it is. Studio Series Bumblebee movie Starscream. I like this thing a lot when I first got it, but the magic's kind of worn off on it, but it is a pretty solid figure. It's pretty fun to transform, and the alt mode's pretty cool. Fast Track. This was my absolute favorite of the break apart guys. This guy's a blast. If you find this guy for a good price, grab him. Core Class Starscream. Really, really fun Core Class. One of the better ones. Roadbuster, the worst of the wreckers by far, but still a pretty solid Bayverse Deluxe in my opinion. Always liked him. Kingdom Huffer. This is a kick-ass deluxe. I would definitely like to put him on my shelf if I liked him maybe just ever so slightly more, but I do really like him. Really awesome deluxe class. I did get rid of Pipes though, because I thought he was boring. Cyberverse Deluxe Class Soundwave. I dig this guy. His transformation's addicting, his robot mode's fun, and his alt mode's awesome, man. This is a fun figure, man. If you ever see this for a good price, I recommend it. Micromaster, this guy. I liked this guy. This was a Micromaster I dug. Cyberverse Deluxe Class Megatron. Kick-ass figure, actually. Really, really, really good. If you ever see this thing for a good price, grab it. Kingdom Blaster, Legacy Blaster. Near perfect Blaster, but just boring. Kind of in the same like style as like Kingdom Cyclonus. He's just boring. He doesn't deserve to be on the shelf because he's boring, but obviously not if you're going to get rid of him. Here's my favorite of the Earthrise Seeker mold, the Thrust mold. Again, I could probably sell this thing for like hundreds and hundreds of dollars if I wanted to, but I don't want to sell this thing. This was my favorite of the Earthrise Seeker mold. This guy, Netflix exclusive drone guy. Pretty fun figure, actually. This thing actually was a pretty fucking cool figure. Paleotrex. I actually never liked this guy. I never got the hype with him. Cyberverse RC, kick-ass RC. This was the best RC until the Studio Series 86 one came out. I'm not even kidding. This thing rules. Addicting transformation. Oh yeah, let's get some more Cybertron goodness up in here. Scourge! The original Dragon, man. Oh no, Dragon Megatron came before him. Yeah, awesome fucking figure, man. He has no elbows. You can like, nope, you can't even rotate his wrist. Yeah, he has like no posability whatsoever, but such a fun figure. Another one that, no, he didn't survive my childhood actually. I never had him as a kid. I told a really funny story about this guy, if you can find the video of it. I don't remember what video it was. I think I told about it though. It's a review. There's a review of this guy on the channel with Cybertron Hotshot where I told a really funny story about this thing, and I won't spoil it, but if you want to know that story, go check out that review. Legacy, friggin' Skids, kick-ass figure. Mine has unfortunately gotten this fucking roof problem over time though. It doesn't want to tab in anymore, but a kick-ass deluxe regardless. Really, really great figure. Breakdown, awesome, awesome deluxe. Weird Wolf, Titan class, Titan's Return Weird Wolf, kick-ass figure. Cyberverse Bumblebee, this thing rules honestly. Dark of the Moon Shockwave, another figure that survived my childhood. Definitely a pretty fun and addicting little figure right here. Oh, Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, another one that survived my childhood, man. I always loved this thing as a kid. Really awesome. And a little Micromaster guy. Love this thing, man. I don't care what anybody says. This thing kicks ass. Another one that survived my childhood. Jetfire. Jetfire is my name. Let's see if it still works. Come on, come on. I really want it to work. Come on. Oh, no. Batteries are dead. Jetfire is my name. Smokescreen. Deluxe class Smokescreen. The Datsun mold. I like the Cyberverse one. Core class Bumblebee. He's fine. Cyberverse Cheetor. Nobody ever talked about this thing, and I kind of understand why, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. Cliff Jumper. I like this thing more than a lot of people do. The other changeables, the burger one. This one's really, really fun. He literally cannot stay up, though. Look. Bumblebee, other Bumblebee. I like this one better than that one, but he's still not very good. Micromaster. There's a bunch of accessories in here. Jazz, the other Jazz I have, and Chrome Dome, Titans Return Chrome Dome. Cool figure, like him a lot. Starscream, another one that survived my childhood. This thing's great, but I do like the Studio Series one more. Titans Return Highbrow. Awesome figure, actually. Really, really cool. Like this guy a lot. Another one that survived my childhood, Stratosphere, missing a wing. Fun figure, though. Okay, the rest of these... Oh, we got Jackpot right here. Fun figure, just like the Jazz. One Step Changer, Repugnus. This was a stocking stuffer I got one year. He's really, really fun. I like this thing a lot. And then the rest of this stuff in here is just like Tiny Turbo Changers and Micromasters and core classes, Hot Rod, there's Soundwave of that guy. Yeah, I can't really afford to go through all this. I'm running out of time right now. Okay, core class Hot Rod, I like him more than other people do. Core class Soundwave, I like him more than, he's okay. Tiny Turbo Changers, Wild Wheel, he's weird. It's friggin' this guy, Iguanus, very, very fun figure. Yeah, Micromasters, Battle Masters, Tiny Turbo Changers, they're all fun. This Daniel thing that came with that one Bumblebee, yeah. Series Chromia, fun. The Slitherfang guy, fun, and then another another Tiny Turbo Changer. Okay, we need to move on. Battlemaster as well. Very fun Battlemaster. All right, I got 10 minutes to do this. Here we go. Scavenger, one of the better ones of the Combiner Wars one. Love this guy. Sea Spray, really, really fun figure, man. Always loved this guy. He survived my childhood, by the way. Bayverse, not Bayverse, Blitzwing, the Bumblebee movie Blitzwing. A fun Studio Series figure, actually. Pretty good. Crosshairs, actually pretty damn fun. I always like this thing. Old McDonald's Red Alert. I told you guys about these things, man. These things are great. Rodimus, old Energon Rodimus. Really, really fun figure. Always like this guy. I have a review on this guy if you want to see it. Mainframe. This one breaks my heart because mine's actually broken. He actually took a shelf dive and his foot broke off, and then apparently his arm fell off in this box somewhere. So yeah, unfortunately. Hoist. Very, very fun figure. Just like Trailbreaker, but I actually like him a little better than Trailbreaker. Earth Mode Sideswipe. Super, super fun. Datsun mold, yeah, I already said so. Kingdom Megatron, I like the Legacy one better. If you're gonna get one of them, get the Legacy one. Redgar, super awesome figure, man. Everybody loves this thing, and I am no different. Motor Master's trailer. Rodimus's trailer. This thing, this freaking Finger Puppets, Earthspark, Megatron, this thing is glorious. Maximal Grimlock, really, really like this guy. Did decide to keep him, even though I got rid of most of my repaints. He's just cool. In some ways, I like him better than Dinobot. Legacy Inferno. I don't like this guy as much as everybody else does, just because I don't like his transformation. His transformation is just not fun. Cup. Blackout. Really awesome take on Blackout, man. They really knocked it out of the park with this. Transformation's a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it. Really good figure. There he is, Kingdom Cyclonus. Pretty awesome figure, but just, I don't know. I just don't get much out of him, personally. MMC Tarn. There he is, MMC Tarn. Like I said, I do have this, but I like the Legacy one for my shelf, but this is an immaculate figure. If you want to know more, go check out my review. Skywarp, the last of the Earthrise Seekers I kept. Actually, definitely one of the best ones. I think I like him better than Starscream. Datsun Barricade. This is the best Earthrise Datsun mold use by far. Galvatron, Kingdom Galvatron, absolutely phenomenal. Best G1 Galvatron ever made, bar none. Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Megatron. Absolutely, definitely one of the better Studio Series Megatrons. Legacy Bulkhead. Awesome figure, man. I love this thing. This thing, for some reason, people don't like it anymore. I still love it. Kick-ass figure, man. So good. All the accessories are back there. Reflector. He's a box. Cheetor might has an upgrade kit that gives him a dick. The Quintesson Judge. I always like this thing personally. This thing is fun. Hang on. You gotta be judged. Innocent. Innocent. Wheeljack. Mine has an upgrade kit with a better gun and some gap fillers and everything. Really, really fun though. Well, I like exhaust better. Shockwave. The Shockwave. Pew pew pew. Put them up. Best Shockwave ever, by the way. The Siege Shockwave. Studio Series Overload. God, this thing kicks ass, man. If you don't have this thing, track it down. Studio Series Ratchet, awesome figure, love it. Junkyard, same thing as him. As Retgar, I like that one a little bit better. Scourge, awesome. Studio Series Megatron, first movie, also very, very awesome. Running out of time here. Double Dealer, I love this thing actually. It's really, really fun. There's his missile right there. He's, yeah, really, really fun figure. Astro Train, also super, super fun. Micromasters, Battle Master, Steeljaw, axe for him. Ratchet, actually love this thing. Really, really good Ratchet. Run amok. Like I said, one of my favorite of the deluxes. Studio Series World War II Hot Rod. The exclusive Ravage that I'm pretty sure you can still get really easily. People didn't like it very much. Tiny Turbo Changer Shockwave. The Micromaster double guys. Studio Series RC. Actually pretty fun. Tiny Turbo Changer of Strika, I think. Pretty cool figure. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, some more Micromasters. This guy, and my favorite Micromaster of all time, Daddy-O. Actually, I'm going to put Daddy-O up on my shelf. That's it. That is the entire collection. I actually made it. I should have not rushed through it. I would have been fine. Is there any that I wanted to elaborate more on? Because I still have 5 minutes, so... Whatever, I don't think there is. I gave out everything. There you go. That's the whole collection. I hope the video was fun. I have to clean this massive mess up. It's going to take me like an hour and a half to do, so I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sure most people probably didn't watch this one all the way through, but hey, it's okay. I just wanted to get this collection video out there so you guys saw the whole collection, and yeah, we're going to move on. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give me a like and subscribe for some more content in the future. And this is DA Guillotine, signing out.